Measles is exploding again and even more. This is not a headline from the 1950s. It's the United States under Donald Trump in nearly 2026. Measles exploding again. We have new reports and even worse numbers. South Carolina now has 153 confirmed measles cases. That is up 9 in just the latest update. And the part that matters is that almost all of them are unvaccinated. The measles vaccine works. It is safe. It is extraordinarily effective. And most of the people now getting and spreading measles have not been vaccinated. A disease that we believed we had eliminated in the year 2000 is spreading again because vaccination rates are dropping. Misinformation has been allowed to fester, and it is getting worse. Public health officials are warning the outbreak is being driven by exactly what experts have been warning about. There are pockets that are not vaccinating, and they are then traveling, and they are having large gatherings, and this organized anti-vax belief system is spreading the virus. Measles is one of the most contagious diseases on earth. That means you really need herd immunity. Everybody should just get vaccinated. We can do away with it as we thought we had done in the year 2000. You don't flirt with it, and even small rates in vaccination rates, small drops in vaccination rates can cause a problem because it is so contagious, and that's what we are seeing. Now, what is fascinating is that you look at the betting markets. Here is Kalshi. What will the average number of measles cases be during Donald Trump's term? Just in the last 2 weeks, not even 10 days, those numbers have exploded, where it used to be that it was around 1,000 measles cases were expected. Now it is up to over 3,000. That is a lot of measles, and people are putting their money where their mouths are. And this is where Donald Trump enters the picture. For years, Trump and his allies have coddled and winked at and played coy with and legitimized anti-vaccine sentiment. Trump has benefited from it politically, while Donald Trump is getting all of his vaccines, that we know. Sometimes he has elevated figures who spread medical misinformation. Sometimes he has attacked public health institutions and experts as enemies. They didn't invent anti-vax, just like Trump didn't invent racism, but he has given it oxygen and given it power. And much like the xenophobes and the racists, Trump has made them more comfortable going public about their beliefs. And that has to do with the anti-vax people as well. And Trump is now learning the hard way. Once you build a movement on this stuff, once you get people to distrust science and you bring in RFK Jr. to be your Secretary of Health and Human Services, people start to behave differently. You can't just turn it off when the measles outbreak is inconvenient. And so the monster that Trump created is outside of his control. And the kind of soft hypocrisy at the center of all of this is, again, that Trump's getting vaccinated. He gets his flu shot, he gets his COVID booster, people around him are vaccinated. They know the reality, but politically is a different story. And anti-vax rhetoric has become useful. You know, it's sort of like I've been reading this book about the history of J&J, Johnson & Johnson, a company much revered and considered to be just so great and moral. And there are like 6, 7 horrible, horrible incidents involving people put at risk because of Johnson & Johnson. This goes back to baby powder. This includes a painkiller called Duragesic. This includes hip implants, hip replacement medical devices. This includes the J&J COVID vaccine, which really didn't work well. And what you have is a situation where the individuals there were like, oh yeah, no, and Tylenol's the other one. I wouldn't let a loved one get one of these hip replacement implants. But then at the corporate level, they're training people to sell more of them. And it's similar with Trump. Trump has sort of allowed this anti-vax stuff to fester politically. He's even encouraged it to some degree, but he's getting all of his vaccines. And the cost is very real. Kids are getting sick. Schools are dealing with quarantines. Health departments are trying to figure out how on earth do we deal with this? And it is not random. These outbreaks are in specific states and communities, places where vaccination rates have dropped. Sometimes it's around a church. Sometimes it's around homeschooling communities. And meanwhile, look at the contrast, because you look at the highly vaccinated states, measles cases are near zero. Sometimes they are zero. You look at New England. A lot of the New England states have 0, 1, or sometime, I think Vermont had 2 cases. It's not luck. It's not like, oh, we pray to someone for fewer measles cases. It's just vaccination. That's really all it is. So this did not have to happen. We have solved measles before. We solved it with vaccines. It's back because of political nonsense that is spreading, where expertise is looked at increasingly skeptically. And when people go, well, Trump can't control everything. That's right, he can't. But he didn't have to nurture anti-vax. This grew under Trump's first term. Trump scaled it up when he lost to Joe Biden, and Joe Biden oversaw the distribution of COVID vaccines. And Trump mainstreamed it and looked the other way as it grew and grew. And now all of a sudden, Trump is presiding over a country where diseases we had gotten rid of are staging a comeback. And it has nothing to do with science. We don't lack an effective and safe vaccine for measles. It is politics, not the news I would be hoping for on Christmas Eve. Now, on the bonus show today, we will talk just a little bit about what's going on with the show, what I'm up to on Christmas. We've got a casual bonus show for you today. I hope to see you there. Holiday tomorrow. We'll be back on Friday. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for this next video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you actually see our uploads. You can also catch the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.